What's up, all you beautiful people? Welcome back to the podcast. Okay, so today I want to share with you 5 habits that have vastly improved my life. I believe that entrepreneurship is the best personal development program in the world. And the reason for this is because we know that there are no such things as business problems. There are simply you problems, deficiencies in your skills, your resources, your experiences, your network, right? And if you could unlock and solve that, if you could level up as the entrepreneur, then your business as a consequence will also follow suit. And so I love to focus my time and energy more on how do I level up me than thinking about how do I level up the business, because it's all first principles, starts with you and it trickles down. So here's 5 habits that have had a massive effect on helping me as the entrepreneur level up, and as a consequence have had really positive effects on the rest of my businesses. So number 1, sobriety. I gave up drinking. I don't think I've drank any alcohol probably in a year and a half. And I'd never had a drinking problem. Before that, I wasn't drinking a ton. I was maybe only having a drink per week. So it wasn't as though I was getting buck wild over here. In my earlier years, when I was younger, I would go out and I'd party and I'd drink, but I still never really had any kind of drinking issue. It wasn't like it was affecting my life in any kind of dramatic way. I was very much just a social drinker, and because I don't go out socially very much, I just wasn't drinking very often. But I noticed a big improvement in my life about a year and a half ago. That's when I just decided I don't need alcohol. Like, it's not really improving the quality of my life or the quality of my experiences with friends or anything like that. So I'm just going to give it up. I just stopped. And next thing I know, like a year and a half has gone by, and I look back and it's like, man, I enjoy not drinking now. I enjoy the feeling that I have as the person who knows I don't need alcohol to feel good about myself, to feel confident in my skin, to go out and engage socially with people. I like knowing I don't need crutches to be the highest and best version of myself. The downstream effects of not drinking, though, it's not just about the night of the drinking, it's also the next day, the recovery. And you might not drink a lot, but even a little bit of alcohol has a lingering effect on you physiologically. And if you want to be at your best, if you want to be operating at the peak of your energy levels, then there's really no need, there's no place for alcohol. Like, I just don't, I'm not gonna harsh anybody's mellow if that's your jam, but I would encourage you to look at your life and say, like, is this actually adding anything? In my experience, it's a poison. You know, it's only making things harder than it needs to be. And as a good general rule for life, don't do things that make life harder than it needs to be. So sobriety, that's a big one. That's a big habit. Number 2 is nature walking. Every day I go and get at least 6,000 steps outside every single day, get that sunlight into my brain. And there's just so much research to show the positive effects of being in nature and allowing our minds to wander and being exposed to beautiful vistas and there's an aspect of your brain that's called the cingulate median cingulate cortex, anterior cingulate cortex, the ACC, that lights up. This is part of creative thinking and ideas, and where those spring up, and that part of your brain lights up when you're outside moving. And so just getting 6,000 steps every single day has had a massive benefit for me as a person who, if I'm not careful, I can spend easily 12 hours a day at my desk not moving. And if you're like me, that's not good. So let's get out and let's move a little bit more. The 3rd habit, massive benefit in my life, is consistent bedtime. I don't worry so much about when I wake up. I worry more about when I go to bed, because that is going to set the circadian rhythm. And if I can get to bed consistently at 9:30 to 10 o'clock and be falling asleep, that's a really good indicator that I'm going to have a good cycle. I usually wake up around 6:30, and as long as I'm going to bed at the right time, I will let myself sleep as long as necessary. But these days, my body just only needs that much sleep, and it works really great. And I feel energetic, I feel great, and it really stems from just having that consistent bedtime. All right, habit number 4 is to do a regular energy audit. And I'm not talking about regular as in like annually. I'm talking about like every month, to look at your calendar, review where is your time, your energy being spent? Where are you in your high energy states? Where are you in your low energy state? What activities are sucking energy and which ones are giving you energy? What people are giving you energy? What people are taking your energy? By being a student of where your energy levels are at any given point, you can start to optimize your life in a way that is so much better than when you're just thinking about to-do lists and productivity and time management. If you manage your tasks based off of when you feel good and you manage your life to optimize for your energy levels. Like everything just gets so much easier. I can't tell you how much easier it is to sit down and do hard work when you're in the right energy state for it. So become a student of that and do a regular energy audit. I've done other podcasts on that topic, so go check those out if you're curious about the focused and energy audit. But that is just such a massive, low-hanging fruit way to improve the quality of your life. Do a regular energy audit and then manipulate your schedule so that you're doing the right tasks at the right time. All right. Habit number 5, fantastic effects from this one, which is just making dedicated time blocks for deep work. So I have over a year now, probably about 2 years ago, I just started blocking off my calendar before 1 o'clock, and I have what I call 3 to free. So from when I wake up until 1 o'clock, I don't do meetings. I just do creative work. I do the work that only I can do. I go and I make stuff. And then from 1 o'clock onward, I'll do my managing, I'll do my meetings and all that stuff. But I dedicate the first part of my day to deep work sessions because that is the work that's generally the most important. It's going to move the business forward, and it has a way of getting interrupted very easily by meetings and people just popping in and asking, hey, can I get a minute? But by blocking my calendar and saying this period of time in the morning is the most critical, I've been able to move levers with far less effort than in previous years, where it was like I would go into the office, I would do an hour of work, I'd get interrupted a few times, I'd just keep trying to grind through it. And these days, just by dedicating periods specifically for deep work, has had a massive benefit on my life. So those are 5 habits that have vastly improved my life, and they've had downstream effects for my businesses as well. So take these, run with them, implement them into your life. I'm curious, which habits are the highest ROI for you? What's been the most beneficial? Let me know in the comments, shoot me a DM, find me on Instagram, the Anthony Vicino. I would love to hear from you guys. But until I do, I'll catch you back here tomorrow on the next episode. But until then, stay hyper-focused, my friends.